our favorite, Jonathan Stickland.
Careful. Raise your hand if you're sick and tired of being sold out by politicians in general. That's why I ran for office. I was 27 years old. I'm actually a high school dropout. I got my GED, immediately started to go to work. And never, ever, ever considered running for a political office in my entire life. No one in my family has ever run for dog catcher, nothing at all. There was a 16-year incumbent, a trial lawyer by the name of Todd Smith, who had ran in District 92 for years. He was the golden child. He was born and raised by a single mother in the church, in First Baptist Church of Euless. Great story, hard-working guy, but he went down there and he capitulated with the liberals in Austin. He voted to give our tax dollars out of our pocket to subsidize people who were here breaking the law illegally, illegal aliens, paying for their college tuition. It was time and time again. And I started going to the Tea Party meetings back when the wave came in 2010. And I ended up going to the Northeast Tarrant Tea Party. And I met with Julie McCarty and Connie Burton, now Senator Connie Burton, had started up this club. And it was right when federally, if y'all remember this, the first time it kind of became a big deal that we were going to raise the debt ceiling. Do y'all remember the first time that we were debating on whether we should raise the debt ceiling or not? And poor Congressman Michael Burgess showed up at that meeting. And I had a bigger beard then than I do now. Had on flip-flops and cargo shorts, and I was ticked. I was mad. And I got to the back microphone and I stood up and I grilled this guy. And he said, well, Jonathan, you just don't understand how it works up there. Raise your hand if you're sick and tired of hearing that. I just don't understand. You don't understand everything that was going on. There were a lot of deals, and it's just different than you would think. It's only different because you make it different. And I have people tell me all the time, Jonathan, when you go down there and you call points of order and you knock bills off the local and consent calendar and you tattletale on your colleagues to the media and you post a bad bill of the week on Facebook, when you shine a light on, when you do these things, it's going to be hard for you to be effective. And that's a word that our opposition uses all the time, isn't it? You got to be effective. You got to fight for a seat at the table. And I'm here to tell you folks that as conservatives who've been watching government grow around us at every single turn, whether it is our taxes or losing our liberties, we do not need to fight for a seat at the table. We need to look these politicians in the eye and tell them there's not a table. We're not playing the game. It's no more business as usual. We have to go down there and throw bombs and raise ruckus until we have gotten to a point where we have the majority. Because right now we don't. Texas has been blessed by the Lord. You can't tell. But if you think that Texas is conservative enough, then I would ask you to re-examine your heart. Because I honestly believe that we have an obligation to our children and the next generation to leave this place in a better state than when we received it. And if we just accept that Texas is a conservative place where I can still have a gun and things are generally okay, then you need to wake up and smell the coffee. Because there are people in the Republican Party down in Austin right now who will take every single cent out of your pocket that they think they can get away with, and they will take every single liberty from you because they honestly believe that they can live your life and make decisions for you better than you can yourself. And we have to stand up and we have to reject that. It's going to take bold people. I tell people all the time, voting record is important, and I appreciate the scorecards who are doing that stuff, but there's more of a story than just the votes. There's more to it than pushing the button. We are going to have to get fighters. People who are unapologetically Christian conservative folks who are going to draw a line in the sand and say no more. Yes. End of story. That's what we've done. I've been so encouraged by the gentlemen who joined me this last session. These guys were awesome. It was wonderful to have a true competition for who the most conservative member of the Texas House is. I could argue with you why I should be on the votes that some guy at Rice University or whatever, but I think it was literally one vote. But anyways, look, it is a good thing to have competition. I will tell you this too, because I want to be positive as much as I can. The Lord is working in the state of Texas. Because folks like you, I have been traveling around the state speaking in different groups. They're mad. They're madder than ever before. But they're not just mad and go to a Tea Party rally or something like that. They're mad and getting educated. They're mad and they're running for office. They're mad and they're writing checks to people who are running for office. And that's what it needs. This movement is young and it's growing and it's scaring them to death, and I love every minute of it. So thank you all. We're going to answer your questions, but I'll turn it over.